Hello friends, welcome all of you to this third session of Target Publication Standard 8 Notes book review series. And today we are going to know about Standard 8 Mathematics Notes, right? Now, on this juncture, I would like to first congratulate all you Standard 8 students for successfully completing Standard 7th and coming on board Standard 8th. Standard 8th is a stepping stone towards your 10th standard SSC board examinations, right? So from this year onwards, you need to be more focused, more concentrated, learn to write your answers and the solutions in a more systematic, more perfect manner so that you can get the best marks in 8th standard and prepare yourself properly for your standard 10th board examinations. Now, with this in purview, we also know that this year the standard 8 syllabus has changed. Now, what's new in this syllabus? You all might be wondering, would it be easy? Would it be difficult? Okay, now do not panic. Our experts have extensively researched and prepared an exhaustive reference material only for you students through our Target Publication Standard 8 Mathematics Notes. These notes will be helpful to you in attempting your 8th standard examination with ease. Okay. Now, before we move ahead and understand the important features of these notes, let us understand what's new in this 8th standard revised syllabus. Okay. First of all, the revised syllabus of 8th standard is more activity oriented or practical based. It's more connecting with your daily life application. Something similar to what you have been doing in your 6th standard and 7th standards revised syllabus, right? So a similar approach is carried forward wherein in your textbook you will see activities, various activities and projects in between the chapters which will help you connect the mathematical concepts to the daily life application. Something which you can see in your everyday life will be there, and that's how you will have learning with some fun, with some real life understanding. Okay, apart from this, 8th standard picks up from where you have left in your earlier standards. By this, I mean that the concepts, the topics, what you have learned in your earlier standards, where the point where you left it, where you ended in earlier standards, from that point onwards, these concepts will be going more deeper. It will be more elaborated in 8th standard. To give you an example, let us take statistics. Now, what have you learned in statistics in standard 7th? In standard 7th, you have learned how to find mean or average of various values. Okay. You also learned how to prepare a frequency distribution table. Going ahead in this 8th standard, you will be learning, you will be understanding how to find mean with the help of the frequency table. So first you draw frequency table and then find the mean. Also in 7th standard, you had a chapter known as joint bar diagram, right? That is also a part of statistics. Now, continuation of that you will be seeing in 8th standard statistics chapter with a subdivided bar graph or a subdivided bar diagram, as well as percentage bar graph or a percentage bar diagram. So you see how the concepts have built up from your earlier standards. To give you another example, in standard 7th, you have learned algebraic expressions and the various operations which you can conduct on these expressions, namely addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, right? Moving ahead, in 8th standard, you will be learning about equations. Equations involving one variable. You will learn how to solve these equations, find the value of that one unknown in that equation. Also, there will be word problems based on these equations, wherein you have to decipher the word problems. You have to understand, comprehend them, convert it into equations. Equations in one variable. Solve this equation, get the value of the unknown variable, and hence get the value of the unknown component which has been asked to find in the word problem. Yes, that's how you grow, that's how you build up. Another important feature of this standard would be writing solutions and giving justifications to some important step. Reasoning, as we call it, writing the reasons or giving justification to important steps. This is a very essential part of your standard 10th board examination and the practice for which you will start from this standard itself. Okay, so you understand how you have come up from your earlier standards and now heading straight to your 10th standard board examinations just 3 years from today, right? You might have already completed your exam by that time in July, 3 years later. Now, let us understand how Target Publication Standard 8 Mathematics Notes is going to help you to attempt your examination and to attempt the questions with ease. So, what's there in our mathematics notes? What is in it for you students? Let us try and understand the same. Okay. Now, first of all, every chapter of this notes begins with a topic-wise segregation of the questions. When I say topic-wise segregation, I mean that if a particular chapter has 2 topics and there are 3 practice set or exercises in that chapter, what we have done is we have selected the questions from all the 3 practice sets based on the first topic and mentioned them in the front of the topic in a tabular format. Similarly, questions based on the second topic from all the 3 practice sets have been selected and mentioned in front of the second topic. This type of segregation helps you students to learn first topic before, to understand it completely, to assimilate it, and then move ahead in understanding and learning the second topic. This is known as structured learning, right? So we will be learning through a structured learning process. After this segregation of questions, what we have mentioned in a tabular form, the next topic or the next section, which is there in most of the chapters, is let's recall. In let's recall, we'll be revising the concepts to be taught in standard 8, but a part of which has been taught in earlier standards. We'll be revising that part which has been taught in earlier standards in a quick way, in a quick method, either only with the help of definition or maybe a small diagram or maybe a small solved example, right? So after revising the concept, we get a head start to learn new concept in this year, which comes in the next section known as Let's Study section. In Let's Study section, we have introduced the new concepts, the new mathematical concepts in detail. We have given the explanation, we have given a diagrammatic representation wherever required. Apart from that, every Let's Study section, every explanation of concept in every chapter comes with solved examples. Now, these solved examples contain all the steps which you need to write in an examination. Also, some of the important steps have been elaborated, explained in detail for the students to understand and grasp that concept well. Okay, so these solved examples help you prepare to attempt the questions of your exercises, that is the practice sets, and also your examinations for sure. Okay, now after you understand the concept, there is a section in some of the chapters known as try this section. Now in this section, we have solved the unsolved examples given in your textbook. Actually, they are solved examples, but with some fill in the blanks. A certain part has been left for the students to answer. These examples have been solved by us in the try this section. Okay, again, very important for you to understand the method of solutions, to understand the mathematical concept, and to go ahead and attempt the practice sets. Thereafter, after understanding the try this section, there is a section known as something more. Now, in this section, we have included certain extra additional information about or related to that particular chapter. It will interest you. It will help you generate some interest, and you will learn with fun. You will love the method of studying mathematics after reading the something more section. Okay. After completing the concept, after understanding the concept, we move to the practice sets. Yes, all the questions in all the practice sets of all the chapter in the mathematics textbooks have been solved in our notes. Okay, the solutions are stepwise, systematic solutions, as students are expected to write in their examinations. Okay, so once you practice and thorough these solutions, you will be able to attempt any questions in your examination based on the concepts taught in your 8th standard, right? Now, after you have solved the practice sets, okay, comes a new section known as multiple choice questions, that is MCQs, where there would be a question and there are 4 options given to it. You have to tell which is the right option. Now, you might be wondering why this section has been introduced in a 8th standard book. This type of a section helps you develop mental thinking and mental calculation ability. How to calculate faster in your mind without actually solving it on paper. This will also help you understand that concept better, because only if you understand the concept better will you be able to solve these questions in your mind without doing calculations, and you will be able to attempt these questions. And this fast thinking mental calculation ability, calculating in mind ability, will be helpful for you for attempting the competitive examinations in your future, right? This is how you attempt your competitive examinations. Okay, so the MCQ section will help you from a futuristic point of view, right? Thereafter, you have additional problems for practice. Ample of practice problems have been given to you so that you can revise the concepts thoroughly, make your understanding strong, and are able to solve every type of questions with ease. Okay, so the practice problems are based on all the practice sets. The additional practice problems are based on all the practice sets given in your textbook. We have also included the questions from solved examples of the textbook so that you students do not miss out on the important type of questions given under the solved examples. You can attempt it on your own and solve them and practice them, right? After additional problem for practice, we complete our chapter. There is a section known as apply your knowledge. In the beginning, I told you that this new revised syllabus textbooks have got activities and projects inside the chapter, right? Now, these activities and projects help you connect the mathematical concepts with the daily life applications, right? These all the activities in the textbooks have been included in the apply your knowledge section. We have attempted most of the activities. Okay, we have left certain activities for students to attempt on their own so that they develop their thinking capability. Also, some of the activities require students' personal response, right? So we have left it for students to attempt on their own. With activity, we come to the end of the chapter. Now, after you learn anything, after you understand anything, the most important part is to test whether you have really understood it, whether you have really assimilated it, whether you really remember it, and will you be able to apply it in future. How do we do that? We take a small test. Yes, at the end of every chapter, there is a small chapter assessment, a test of which will include questions of various marks category, so that it helps you answer the questions and help you revise the concepts, help you check yourself how much you have studied, how much you retain in your mind. Now, students, remember one thing. Again, in 8th standard, you need to answer the question according to the marks, according to the weightage of that question, which is again a stepping stone, a first step while preparing yourself for your standard 10th board examination. Okay, so that's all the features about our target publication standard 8 mathematics notes. Hope these notes will be useful to you and you will be able to pass your 8th standard with flying colors, and you will be able to understand mathematical concepts better. Okay, so please do order your copy of these notes from the link given below, right? Also, do keep following us on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel of Target Publication. The next book review in this series of Target Publication Standard 8 Note book review series will be on Tuesday, 10th of July at 4 p.m. Do not miss it. Thank you.